Ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady of the United States.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the White House. It's a beautiful event today. So thank you for joining me to address this important issue. Secretaries Wright, McMahon, Rawlings, and Chavez-DeRemer. It's wonderful to be here today alongside private sectors, leaders like Mr. Pichai, Mr. Karishma, Mr. Wilson, and the many more visionaries from across industry. We are living in a moment of wonder, and it is our responsibility to prepare children in America. Cars now steer themselves through our cities. Robots hold steady hands in the operating room. And drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that AI innovation is clearly boosting America's GDP growth. Surely this is not a trend, for AI will serve as the underpinning of every business sector in our nation, including education, life sciences, finance, and design. In fact, I predict AI will represent the single largest growth category in our nation during this administration, and I won't be surprised if AI becomes known as the greatest engine of progress in the history of the United States of America. But as leaders and parents, we must manage AI's growth responsibly. During this primitive stage, it is our duty to treat AI as we would our own children, empowering but with watchful guidance. Today, in this room, is filled with the brightest minds of our time. As such, I challenge you to focus on 3 strategic priorities of AI's ecosystem, so America can lead in shaping a new, magnificent world. Infrastructure and energy, national security, and of course, talent. We must ensure America's talent, our workforce, is prepared to sustain AI's progress. And the Presidential AI Challenge is our first major step to galvanize America's parents, educators, and students with this mission. English is a new coding language for many, and with it, creativity will flow from every corner of America, sparking new industries, careers, and jobs. By supporting the Presidential AI Challenge, you are investing in our youth, America's next era builders. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our very determined Director of the Office of Science and Technology Policy, Mr. Michael Cartesius. Michael's vision will have a profound effect on how emerging technology shapes our future. Thank you, Michael.
No, thank you, Madam First Lady, for your remarks and for hosting this second meeting of the White House Task Force on AI Education. And thank you to all of my colleagues on the task force here, including Secretary McMahon, Secretary Rollins, Secretary Chavez-DeRemer, Secretary Wright, and White House AI and Crypto Czar, David Sachs. We are thrilled also to welcome a new member of a task force today, Assistant to the President for the Office of the First Lady, Haley Harrison. Thank you for joining us. It is an honor to have the support and advice of the First Lady as we seek to implement the President's plans to give America's children the chance to learn how to navigate our ever-changing technological world. As AI reshapes how people learn, work, and communicate, President Trump is committed to ensuring that Americans are equipped to lead the world in harnessing this technology for increased productivity and prosperity. To further that end, in April, the President signed an executive order focusing on the formation and promotion of AI educational and workforce development programs, especially for America's young people. Familiarity with how these exciting new tools work will, we hope, lay a very important foundation for a lifetime of innovation. That is why President Trump established this White House task force on AI education, and that is why this task force has helped put together the Presidential AI Challenge, which the First Lady launched just last week. And for that, thank you so much, Mrs. Trump. We are here today to talk about our future in the most real sense imaginable, how America's children can be prepared to build our country tomorrow with the cutting-edge tools of today. We are proud and grateful to announce new steps in fulfilling the mission of this task force and the President's vision for this AI challenge, as we welcome leaders from business, nonprofit, and education who are putting America's future first by pledging their resources to support AI training for American students, educators, workers, and families. So all of you here who are participating in the pledge, thank you for your generous pledges. The many contributors here today are committed to providing not only vital hardware, infrastructure, and education technology for students, but professional development opportunities for workers, for teachers, and for parents. Resources being made available include interactive lessons, educational toolkits, classroom guides, certifications, courses, workshops, webinars, and so much more. We are also honored to be joined by representatives of parent groups who we trust will continue to provide invaluable advice. We are humbled by the responsibility you share with us in educating America's children, and very proud to seek your input and participation in every part of this effort. And as a new father of an 8-week-old, this means more to me than probably anything else we're talking about today. No one loves this nation's children and students like you do as their parents, who are each child's first teachers. Americans of all ages look forward to celebrating 250 years of U.S. independence next year, and remembering our even longer national story of pilgrims, patriots, pioneers, conquering new frontiers, and building a future for their posterity. Today, we are grateful for this opportunity to invest in our children's future in turn, and to give this generation and generations of Americans to come the tools they need to master the frontiers of AI. Thank you all. And now, Secretary McMahon, would you like to say a few words?
Well, thank you very much, and what an honor it is to share the dais today with our First Lady and my former cabinet members and colleagues here today. I think AI is certainly one of those technologies that we must embrace, certainly because it is here. It is such a valuable tool, and we are certainly going to do our best to utilize it at the Department of Education. I think we're looking at our work in 3 AI areas. We are supporting current grantees. We are prioritizing future investments, and we're integrating AI in our own workforce at the department. So I am certainly, and maybe a little to the table later than some as an adapter, but clearly I certainly am now an adapter in utilizing some forms of AI, which I'm finding so incredibly helpful. And I bet that Barron is helping you with a little bit of this as well, and maybe charging you a little bit with that. I would think so. In supporting our current grantees, we've issued a Dear Colleague letter telling anyone who has received an ED grant that AI tools and technologies are allowable use of federal education funds. Our goal is to empower states and schools to begin exploring AI integration in a way that works best for their communities. And I'm next week actually going to go to the Alpha School in Austin, Texas, to see AI in action in the school, so I'll be anxious to report back and see how that works. We are prioritizing future investments as I've now made AI one of my priorities as secretary. This explicitly encourages the integration of AI in teaching, learning, and school operations. Any grant applications that come into the department that utilize AI will be more strongly considered, for their grants. Might even get some bonus points for that. We want to integrate AI at Ed. We're exploring ways to utilize AI in our processes across the department, not to replace human judgment and work, but to make us more efficient and effective. And I think that should be a goal everywhere. Ed is fully aligned with the Presidential AI Challenge and is encouraging students and educators to explore AI technologies with curiosity and with creativity. It's not one of those things to be afraid of. Let's embrace it. Let's develop AI-based solutions to real-world problems and cultivate an AI-informed, future-ready workforce. Ed strongly supports the Pledge to America's Youth. We are thankful to the folks in the room today and many others who have made commitments to expand AI access and understanding across schools, very important across all over the country. And as I am touring and visiting schools of all kinds of different schools around the country, I will be looking to see how AI is being utilized and totally impressed by what I'm seeing. We are helping schools prepare every school, every child, every student for the AI-driven world.
Thank you, Secretary Rollins.
Well, first of all, I will turn my microphone on. First of all, I just want to say thank you all. I'm Brooke Rollins, and what a joy to be up here with my fellow cabinet members. Michael Kratsios, you are just a visionary. And I think back to the first term when we were able to work together. It's just incredible to see you lead and drive and cast a vision supported by so many incredible people here, and I know your team. But it's just a joy to see this incredible perhaps one of the most important issues, if not the most, that we have to address and embrace and build as a culture, as a society, as America, is just so great. And to our incredible First Lady, it goes without saying that your strong and steady leadership in whatever you put your hand and your mind to is beyond what any of us could have hoped or imagined in terms of your leadership, your ability to move mountains for what you believe is important. I saw it with your Be Best campaign in the first term, and now to see you put your intellect and your heart and your work behind this is just incredibly encouraging. And as your friend, I'm just so grateful. So thank you for your leadership. And to all of our private sector partners in the room, I know we're going to get to hear from some of you. Many of you, again, we've worked together for some time, but this is the new Trump administration. This is most vexing challenges facing America. So for those of you that have made this a priority in the private sector, we're just so grateful for your leadership and your willingness to lean in and realizing that sometimes in our country, things can get fairly divisive, but your willingness to lean in and to be part of the universal approach to solving these massive problems is just so appreciated. So thank you. I want to say that President Trump has been very clear. The United States will lead the world in artificial intelligence, period, full stop. Not China, not any of our other foreign adversaries, but America. And with the First Lady's leadership and the Presidential AI Challenge, we are making sure that our young people are ready to win that race. And I think that's why we're all here today. From my perspective as the Secretary of Agriculture and hyper-focused on rural America and returning the golden age of prosperity to every corner of this great country, I would like to say that far too often for those living and working in our rural parts of our country, that often those are left behind and do not always have the same access to the most recent technological innovations that our urban counterparts across the country do. We cannot let that happen with AI. The agricultural sector, who feeds and fuels and clothes the country, who provides the national security in terms of feeding ourselves and fueling ourselves, has the potential for a seismic shift driven by the integration of cutting-edge technologies like AI. While AI has already made some inroads in our farming practices and with our farmers and ranchers, its potential in agricultural education, and we're here to talk today about education, is equally transformative. From personalized learning experiences to predictive analytics for curriculum design, AI is reshaping how agricultural knowledge is imparted and absorbed. This is why USDA will leverage partnerships with 4-H, the Cooperative Extension System, and the National Future Farmers of America to bring the Presidential AI Challenge into the heart of rural America. With potential to reach nearly 6 million youth through 4-H and then 1 million through FFA, the sky really is the limit to change the future of rural America. Microsoft and FFA have already developed a partnership called Farm Beats for K through 12 students, where they can work with environmental sensor systems to monitor soil moisture and detect nutrient deficiencies. These changes will make our farmers more efficient and make our food supply more nutritious. In addition to amplifying the Presidential AI Challenge with our partners, USDA is well prepared to support research, extension, and education activities that promote the use of artificial intelligence. In fact, USDA led the way in the first Trump administration through the creation of 5 AI research institutes at our amazing land-grant institutions. This collaboration brought together government, academia, and industry and totaled over $100 million in investments in Trump 1 5, 6, 7 years ago to research the use of AI in agriculture. In addition to the cutting-edge research being conducted, a key tenet of these institutes is education and workforce development. We can point to many examples of this at USDA in supporting the training of an AI-ready workforce. Last month, we had an AI Institute for Resilient Agriculture at Iowa State University holding a workshop for over 250 farmers to show how the AI tools they developed can assist in pest identification and management. Also embedding AI education and apprenticeships into many of our USDA grant programs. While there is more work to be done and the sky is truly the limit, examples like Texas State University creating a technology and leadership education network focused on AI, providing apprenticeships, courses, and workshops to integrate precision agriculture, training youth and education about new agricultural technologies such as unmanned aerial systems at Tennessee State University, and over 600 high school students in Colorado being trained on advanced technologies for agriculture like robotics and automation. As I wrap today, and before I hand it over to my amazing colleague, Lori Chavez-DeRemer, our Secretary of Labor, there is so much we can do. And I want to, again, send my heartfelt thanks to Michael Kratsios, also to our incredible First Lady and her wonderful team, and everything that has been done to get us to this point today. With the commitment of First Lady Mrs. Trump, and with the commitment of our industry partners who are sitting with us on the dais, but also in the audience, and of course, with President Donald Trump's leadership, tomorrow's workforce will be ready and leading the way in innovation. America's future will be stronger, more secure, and second to no one. The American dream will thrive and prosper like never before. And at the heart of all of that will be the American worker. So at this point, I'd love to turn it over to Secretary Chavez-DeRemer to talk a little bit about that. Thank you all.
Thank you, Brooke. Good afternoon. I'm Lori Chavez-DeRemer, and it's really an honor to be here on behalf. Madam First Lady, thank you so much for what you're doing in the initiative. And on behalf of the American worker, we have a lot of exciting updates from the Department of Labor, and so I'll be brief. Under the direction of President Trump, the Department of Labor has taken on decisive action to make sure that we are promoting AI literacy and skills training, while the primary focus of this group is preparing our youth, the future youth. Congratulations. We are also advancing proposals to ensure all American workers are ready to thrive in an AI-driven economy. As you know, the President set out a goal to make America skilled again by providing more flexibility to state and local governments, including for artificial intelligence programs. Last month, the Labor Department issued guidance to state and local workforce agencies, encouraging the use of Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. Some of you know it as WIOA funds, to help develop those AI skills. This new guidance also clarified that states can use their governor's reserve funds for AI learning opportunities, helping increase training across the public workforce system. To further promote AI training, we have developed a set of priorities to expand AI-related apprenticeship opportunities. It's part of a comprehensive workforce strategy that we just published with the Department of Commerce and Education titled America's Talent Strategy, Equipping American Workers for the Golden Age. On-the-job training programs will help fill the mortgage-paying jobs that AI will create, while also enhancing the unique skills required to succeed in various industries. Expanding these opportunities is a key component of our strategy to reach the President's goal of 1 million new active apprentices across the United States. And finally, the Department of Labor has been very proactive in engaging with industry leaders to start the dialogue around what AI literacy looks like and how we can collaborate to help all American workers to succeed. My team has held dozens of meetings with industry stakeholders, as well as the governor's offices, state workforce agencies, and local workforce boards across the country. In the coming months, I will expect to have many more exciting announcements. We are working on developing the best practices for an effective AI literacy training and on a potential public-private partnerships that could play an important role in making AI training accessible to all American workers. I'd like to thank again the First Lady and everyone in this room for doing what you are all doing to prepare the American workforce for the jobs of the future. As I continue around my 50-state tour, and we've hit 32 states in the last 5 months, we'll continue to promote AI and its excellence. And it is going to be this initiative and this group and all of you out here in America to help us lead the way and tell those stories to the President. I look forward to the continuing collaboration and have confidence in this era of American AI dominance. Thank you. Secretary Wright, it's up to you.
Thank you all for being here today for this just really important movement